So this is going to be part 2 of the last video that I was going to make. I just had to set a few things up and get a few of my facts straight. So what I was mentioning about the mirrors in the previous video was, you can't see anything out the back with the screen on the back window. So I went to Kubota to buy the side view mirrors, and the side view mirrors on this are $102. Until you sit down with the parts counter guy and he tells you, well, you need 2 side view mirrors. So now that's $204 for 2 side view mirrors, which I think should have come on this thing to begin with. I shouldn't have to buy them on the aftermarket. I mean, I get it that if you're riding it through some trails and around branches and trees and everything, that, okay, they could be a hindrance that you could possibly break them off or whatever, but they fold back flat against the body of the RTV. So it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. So I went on eBay this weekend and I found dedicated RTV 1100 mirrors for a Kubota, $77 a pair. And I looked at them and I looked at the ones that Kubota sells, and they look identical to me. I don't see any difference. Maybe they're not quite the quality. I don't know. The mirror body is plastic. The mirror itself is glass, and the mount, which mounts to the existing bolts that hold the door to the body, everything lines up perfectly. They give you new bolts, longer bolts, nuts, everything. So it took me literally 5 minutes to put these mirrors on, and they're no different than the ones you get for Kubota for $204. These were $77. The next thing was the rear window guard. I touched on that already. $324 from Kubota. I think it's a $75 piece. It's nothing but a piece of screen with a frame around it. It's not available on the aftermarket. So you have to fabricate it, or you buy it from Kubota for $324. The front work lights, okay, from Orange Aftermarket, which is the dedicated Kubota accessory website. They do not sell to the public. They will only sell to a dealer, who then in turn sells it to you, and the markup is already included in the price. So the front work lights that I bought for this, that I put on, are Nightlight LED spreader lights. They're flood and spotlights. They're bright. They send a beam down the road, and they send a beam off to both sides of the vehicle as I'm driving it. They work great. They were $28 a pair. I got them on Amazon. Same thing with the back. So I put the same lights in the front that I put in the back. So I spent $56 for LED lights for the front and the back, and they're just what I wanted. They're perfect. They're aluminum frame or casing, I guess, glass lens LEDs. They're a decent, good quality light. $56 from Orange Aftermarket. They're $335 a pair. You want them for the front, they're $335. If you want them for the back, they're another $335. So that's a total of $670 that they're going to get you at the dealership. If you want the same lights, basically, that I have on this, that I got for $56, they get you for $670. Think about that. Think about that before you go start checking off all these little boxes at the dealership when you're accessorizing this, and you can throw it all into your payment, and it makes it so easy, but they are raking you over the coals with the prices. The AM/FM radio, okay, from the dealership, $400. $400 for a radio. That's beyond me. Anyhow, $400 for the radio. It's plug and play. There's one cable for the antenna. The antenna already exists, and there's the plug-in adapter for the power and the speakers, and it's already mounted inside the headliner. So what they do is they take this radio and they snap it in. It takes the guy 3 minutes in the service department to snap that radio in. So they charge you the installation fee, and then they charge you $400 for the radio. I went on Amazon. I found the radio that is a dedicated radio to this unit, exact same size. It has the exact same wiring harness and antenna hookup. It took me 2 minutes to plug it in and hook it up, and it works fine. And I paid $69 for it. Bluetooth, AM, FM. How good does it sound? I don't know. Sounds okay. It's radio. It doesn't always play Kenny Chesney. It's AM, FM. Sounds okay. You don't want, I mean, if you want, a system in here with subwoofers and equalizers and all that stuff, the sky's the limit. You pay whatever you want to pay for it. I paid $69 for a radio, and I get sound, and that's all I wanted. Next thing, the bed mat. The bed mat in this that I have in the back, I got at Tractor Supply. It was $69. I brought it home. I threw it in the back of the Kubota. I measured it. I cut it with a razor blade. Works perfectly, works fine, looks great. No different than the one I would have gotten from Kubota if I ordered it from them, except the one from Kubota has a Kubota embossed in the rubber. So the difference in price, you get it from Kubota, $211. You get it from Tractor Supply, $69. LED headlights. I wanted my headlights to match my spreader lights in the front. I got them from Amazon, $59. Took me 5 minutes to put in. You open up the hood, you take out the old bulb, you put in the new bulb. It's pretty simple. It's really not that difficult. That's not anything that's offered from Kubota, so you have to go to the aftermarket and replace. If you don't like the old yellow style headlights that are in there, and you want to replace it with LEDs, you got to go on the internet and find a compatible bulb that will fit. And that's exactly what I did. And it was $59 or decent. You could probably find them cheaper than that, but I had good reviews on the ones that I bought, so I bought them. The seat covers, and you can see I'm sitting on them. They sell the exact same seat covers on Orange Aftermarket as I bought on Amazon. They are made by the same company. They are the same design. They are the same color. They're offered in the same options. You can get Realtree camo. You can get Realtree orange camo. You can get Realtree pink camo. I don't know why you would, but you can get all the different colors, or you can get gray or black or whatever, but I decided to go with the orange camo, and they are made by Durafit, and on Amazon they are $47. Okay, you get them through Orange Aftermarket, through your dealer, and they're $89. Do the math. I'm not going to tell you where to buy them. I'm just going to tell you the numbers that I found and what I did when I bought mine. And the last thing is, I wasn't really happy with the dark gray wheels. I needed to dress it up a little bit more than that. That's a personal choice, personal opinion, and something I wanted to do. A lot of you guys might say, oh, why do you want chrome wheels on a camouflage RTV? Well, because I like it, and that's what I wanted to do. And so, you don't like it, don't criticize me. It's just my personal opinion. But anyhow, I bought the wheel covers on Amazon. They were for 2 sets. They sell them in sets of 2. For 2 sets, they were $156. They 12-inch. They snap right on. They hold in place perfectly, and I think they give it a nice look. I like the look that I get. The only other option that you have, if you don't like the look of your wheels, is change your wheels. So I went to Orange Aftermarket. And if you want to change your wheels to a 12-inch rim, but you want a more stylish rim, something different than just the dark gray rim that comes on these. Generally speaking, and I'm not saying each and every single rim that you find on Orange Aftermarket is the same price. Generally speaking, the rims are $154 a piece. Okay, so you need 4, it's $620 if you want to change the look of your RTV. You can go up in size to 14-inch. You could increase the size of your tire. You could put a different tire on there, ATV tires or whatever you want to do. And that'll take the price up even higher. You don't have to buy it from Orange Aftermarket. I'm just telling you what Orange Aftermarket and Kubota will sell these things for. So, I added everything up and I figured out the savings. So if I had built this Kubota RTV X-1100C with the options that I wanted and bought all those options from Kubota, I would have spent $2,518 accessorizing this machine from Kubota. I shopped around, I looked on Amazon, I looked on eBay, and I made my purchases elsewhere. I didn't get anything other than that rear window screen from Kubota. I spent $857. The difference in price between spending your hard-earned money and buying your accessories for this machine from Kubota and buying them on the aftermarket was $1,661. I don't know about you. I think I'd rather keep $1,661 in my pocket, but that's just me, you know. And if the radio is not up to Kubota standards, or if these mirrors are not up to Kubota standards, I can tell you that I can buy numerous replacements for the price that I would have spent if I bought them from Kubota. So that's just what the point I'm trying to get across is do your homework, search around, find out how much you can get them elsewhere before you go to Kubota and buy it. That's all. Oh, and the other thing was I decided to put the Striker Go Light spotlight on the roof. I didn't actually spend the money for the Striker Go Light to put on this. I had the Striker Go Light. I was going to put it on another vehicle. I put it on this one. Brand new. It was $670 from Amazon. I was lucky to touch base with a factory rep from Striker. They have refurbished ones that come in. This one that he sold me was brand spanking new, that it had some scuffs in the plastic. He sent it to me. It was $400. And I went to Costco and I bought a battery tender, and I keep a battery tender on this when I'm not using it. That was, I think, $42, $45, something like that. So that's where I have my money. That's where I put it. I think I did okay. You save $1,600, and that's, in today's market, I think that's not a bad idea. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate your time listening to me. I know I had a lot to say. I get a little long-winded sometimes, but this is information I wanted to put out to you. And, hopefully before you go buy one of these things and you decide you're going to accessorize it, you do your homework and you do the right thing. All right? Have a good one. Take care and see ya.